Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more EarthBound Beginnings. Last time, we met this little wimpy kid here, Lloyd, after doing a relatively arbitrary errand for him, but that's beside the point. This time, we will decide whether we are boys or are men. This time, we are doing Duncan's factory. So you're probably wondering, why the heck are you still in Magicant after training up Lloyd? Yes, I did indeed train up Lloyd. This is how we are looking right now. This is what Nin-10 looks like. Pretty overpowered for this point in the game, but honestly, that's practically what I'm going for at this point. And also, he learned a new PSI power. I think it was Defense Up Beta, but I'll just page through him anyway here so you guys can see what I've got. And then, if we head over to Nin-10, and then press A, because navigating these menus is a little weird. This is Lloyd. I bought all the equips that I bought for Nin-10 back when we were in Magicant the first time, so I am a little lighter on the wallet, and Lloyd, rather, is level 20, which honestly is also pretty overkill, but I got greedy. You'll notice he does not have a main weapon equipped. We are going to be buying one of those in Marysville before we head out. But anyway, the reason I am still in Magicant is because if we come over here and talk to, I believe it's this guy, I am a swimming cat. Have you heard of a magic candy that gives strength and power to a helpless child? Sure. Alright, well maybe I have to say no. Alright, a lot of the stuff in this game is a little cryptic. No. The boy with glasses can surely use the candy. Do I have it now? I do. That's weird, it didn't even make any noise. But anyway, Lloyd now has the magic candy. We are going to use that, and Lloyd's energy is increased by 5. Very nice. I'm not entirely sure what energy is, considering I don't think it's one of these stats. Is it HP? I don't think so. Oh well, we have it anyway. Anyway, with that, I am going to manually walk back to Marysville, because although you could warp to Magicant, you cannot warp back out. So I've got a bit of a walk ahead of me. And on our way back, Nin-10 just learned a new PSI power. Let's see what that is really quick. It was it Defense Down Beta? I'm not sure, I think it was. Also worth noting, the item in this area that I told you to wait until you get a later party member before you grab, Lloyd isn't that guy, so don't get it yet. Alrighty, here we are back in Marysville. Where we want to go is the department store, which I believe is right here. Yes. Very nice. Now, I don't know how much money we need in here, so I'm just going to whip out... Okay, good, we do have bread already. We are going to want that for later. I'm going to use my cash card to withdraw... $500 seems, well, $400 because of a misclick. That seems like a good bet. If it's like $400 something, which it probably is, then I am derp. Alright, I want to buy none of this stuff. That is not what I want. Although, well, actually, no. Aluminum bat I think is good for Nin-10, because Nin-10 has a wooden bat, right? No, wait, no. Nin-10 has the boomerang. We want to keep that. Yeah, thank God I didn't mess that up. No, I don't want to go down the stairs. I want to go up the stairs. There we go. Is it variety? Don't walk away from me. Hey, lady. Is it variety goods? Yes, the stun gun. We want to buy that for Lloyd, because Lloyd's weapons are guns. Sound familiar? Should sound familiar to anyone who's actually played EarthBound on the Super Nintendo. Probably seeing a lot of comparisons right there. Anyway, Lloyd equipped the stun gun. Very nice. Now we want to put all of this money back in the bank because we do not want to lose it in the off chance that we wind up dying. I think we are in a good enough position to be able to easily get through this area that we're going to without dying. Alright, so we are going to deposit our $100, and I also noticed it would probably be a very, very good idea to take this bottle rocket and give it to Lloyd, because Lloyd is the guy that uses the bottle rocket, so we're going to do that. Anyway, with that, I think we are all ready to head out. I did not take very much damage at all on the way back here. 2 HP on Ninten and 4 HP on Lloyd. One thing definitely worth noting, Lloyd must be alive when you get to the end of Duncan's factory, otherwise you are going to have a bit of a problem. That problem being not being able to do the thing that you want to do in Duncan's factory, so you really, really, really want to keep him alive. Oh boy. Oh. Alright, I am going to run from this because these enemies suck, especially that truck right there. Like, they will hit you for quite a bit of damage. Luckily, that truck missed right there. And for whatever reason, Lloyd keeps succeeding at running away whenever I fail. One thing worth noting I don't think I've mentioned up to this point. Oh, this is important. There are rocks blocking the way to these train tracks right here. That is actually the reason why we're going to Duncan's factory. This is an NES game, so it's pretty cryptic and oh wow, are you kidding me? The reason you want to be wary of the Mad Truck in particular is because Ninten is asthmatic. Meaning, if that happens, Ninten will have an asthma attack. Which is bad. So, yeah, they will mess you up. Alright, what am I looking at right now? Yeah, things aren't looking too good for us already, so good thing I have lots of PP on Ninten in order to give life up to everybody, because those trucks are awful. And Ninten is a bit of an idiot because he's not carrying an inhaler of any kind. Like, why not? You want to be carrying around an inhaler if you're an asthmatic. I would know because just yesterday I had to use the damn thing. Like, sorry, I'm so passionate about this just because you need to carry these things if you're an asthmatic. Like, seriously, Ninten. Like, don't be an idiot. I know this was 1989, maybe they didn't have inhalers back then. I was 6 years too late for 1989, so maybe I just don't even know. But it just makes me really upset to see someone not carrying around their inhaler when they're an asthmatic, because it's legitimately dangerous to do. Ninten found a pass that someone had left behind. Ninten picked up the pass. Alright, so now we have the pass to get into Duncan's factory. Very nice. And Duncan's factory actually isn't too far from here. If we just keep on zigzagging, it should be right up here, if I'm not mistaken. Is it this way? No, it's not that way. Oh, I feel like Wheatley. I'm 100% certain that it's this way. Oh, it's not this way. Alright, let's talk to the dog. This factory is Mr. Duncan's private property. Let's see your pass. Alright, well let's head into the goods, and here you go, here's our pass. This pass is expired. You must have stolen it. Suspicious creature. Look me in the eye. And he does a little dance, and now we fight him. And guess what? Stray dog drew near. This is the exact same stray dog enemy that you fought way back at the beginning of the game, so bye. And of course we're going to get an absolute pittance of experience for that. Yeah. But anyway, with that done, we may now head inside. Oh boy. Alright. There are 2 items I want to grab in here, but first things first, I want to go into my goods and use bread. Ninten started dropping the breadcrumbs. Now, if we go into our goods, there are crumbs. If we use that, we follow them back to where we used the item, so you definitely want to do that. Bomber drew near. Pretty sure this thing can throw bombs, which is bad, so I'm going to have Lloyd guard because I want him to stay alive, and he's a little low on health. Wow. Alright, you see, this is why I am over-leveled, because if that guy gets the chance to throw a bomb, you're going to have some problems. Anyway, Lloyd grew to level 21. Very nice. Alrighty. One thing that's really odd is, I think it's wisdom? For whatever reason, Lloyd's wisdom, I think it is incredibly high. Like, look at it, it's 87 compared to Ninten's 68. I really don't know why that one stat is so high, but it is. Anyway, there's 2 items I am going to want to grab in here. There are a lot of items that you can grab in here, but 2 of them in particular I really want to grab, because we are still pretty stretched for inventory space, and I want to keep space open for items we might come across that we need. Alrighty, the item I want to get, the first one at least, is over this way, through this door. Alright, is it in... Oh, wow, this is a long hallway. We want to... check. Ninten opened the present. There was Super Spray. Ninten got Super Spray. Super Spray is interesting because it instantly kills bug-based enemies. So if an enemy is bug-like in nature, use that on them, it will kill them instantaneously. In fact, I want to give that to Lloyd because I feel like he could better make use of it. And it can actually be used an infinite number of times, which is awesome. So yeah, that's something you definitely want to grab. There's another item you also want to grab in here that might be interesting to a few of you, especially if you've played later games in this series. Gonna head up here, and up here, and up here, and up here. As you can probably tell, this area is titanically huge, so I definitely recommend having a map with you as I am doing, because it is really crazy how huge this is. You thought the sweet little factory was kind of big? No. This area is the big daddy of all big areas. Yee. This area is commonly held to be the most... oh god. This area is commonly held to be the most difficult area in the game, aside from the one area later on that is basically unfair. So we'll say that this is like the second most difficult in the area in the game, easy. But honestly, it's probably the most difficult for a lot of newcomers because this is the first time that the game really starts throwing just insanity at you. Alrighty, Dr. Distorto regained all senses. Oh, I love that name. The enemy names in this game are always really on point. They're really funny. Alright, we want to head up here, and we want to go through this door. Inside this package is something very interesting. It is a Franklin badge. You get a second Franklin badge. Now, there really isn't any reason for Ninten to be carrying two of these things, so we are going to give one to Lloyd. So now Lloyd can also deflect PSI Beam Gamma, which I'm not sure if we actually run into in this area, but it's definitely something we want to keep around. Honestly, the Franklin badges aren't as useful in this one as they are in other ones because they only prevent that one specific attack, but we'll still work with it. Alrighty. I'd reason we're about halfway to where we're going in terms of pure step count. So we are going to wrap around here, and we want to head up this ladder and over to this ladder. Honestly, this is not going as bad as I was expecting. Maybe I really am just crazy over-leveled, although, again, that doesn't really bother me. I'm completely okay with being over-leveled. Alright, Bomber drew near. Alright, we are just going to bash this guy in. Honestly, later on, I might come back to this area when I'm, like, really over-leveled with other characters and just grab all the items I can, but honestly, I probably won't. I feel like just being over-leveled is going to help me through this game, and I'm not really going to have to go out of my way to prepare for things. But honestly, the main reason I'm playing this game is to experience the story and help other people experience the story, because that's just what I really like to see about this game, is the story and the music and all that. It's just, that's what I like about it the most. So if I can just sort of eliminate the... oh, right, that's stupid. If you have both characters target the same enemy, and the first attack kills that enemy, the character will still aim for that enemy and will therefore miss. It will not default go over to the next enemy, which is really stupid. So, yeah, that's our first instance of that happening. Ugh. So you really need to know your character's strength and speed so you can sort of tell in advance who's going to go down and who is not. And we have a double level up, which is really nice. Strength increased by 3, force increased by 2, HP increased by 7. That's pretty good. Alright, now we have this really long stretch to walk down. If you get to this long stretch, you know you're good. You just have to follow it all the way to the end. Alright, got another bomber right here. Let's just take him out really quick. There we go. Bomber was destroyed. Alright, and right over here is actually where we are going. Heading in this room, and that's not it. Derp, that's not the room. This is the room we want. Alright, head all the way to the end of this room, and we have this. Can I check this? Aim on the rock. Okay, 1, 2, 3, fire! And off it goes. And with that, it has bombed those rocks on the train track. Now that we have done that, we want to go into our goods and use the crumbs. Ninten returned to the head of the trail. By following the crumbs that had been dropped, herp derp, and poof, we are at the exit. Super useful. If you did not use the breadcrumbs, you would have to hoof it all the way back out, which sucks. So yeah, we're just not gonna do that. Alright, with that, I really would like to nip right on... That's the wrong way. I would really like to nip right back to Marysville and heal up, and also save, because this entire episode I basically dedicated to be the Duncan's Factory episode, and honestly, that wasn't as bad as I was expecting, which I am very grateful for. Alright, let's see, is Ninten gonna get to 20,000? He might. It depends on how many enemies we fight, if he gets to 20,000 experience or not. But if we just keep on fighting these single enemies, I don't think it's going to happen. Alright, let's just bash this eagle out of the way, because... sacrilege, I guess. I mean, we are playing a game that takes place in America, so... oh, come on. Oh hey, a cougar. And a skunk. I have to wonder, do skunks give Ninten asthma? I don't actually know. Alright, Ninten takes a pittance of a hit from that cougar right there. And now I've had Lloyd attack the skunk. That's what you really want to do. Because if I had had Lloyd also target the lynx or the cougar, it just would have completely whiffed because the cougar was quote-unquote already gone. Maybe they just didn't have enough room in the ROM to program something like changing the attack target in? I don't know. Alright, where am I going? Alright, here we are. Just follow these train tracks all the way back to the city and we should be okay. Alright, little saucer. Just gonna bash you in. Yeah, Ninten's doing over 100 damage on a relatively regular basis now, which is really impressive. Alright, and then down this way... here we are back in Marysville. Now I think I want to go to the hotel. Now where is the hotel? I actually don't know. That's the hospital. There's the hotel. I don't think I've actually stayed in a hotel before. Oh right, there's no ATM in here. Alright, how much is a fare for the night? $130. Alright, I'm gonna go get $130 and heal ourselves up because we took a lot of bashing while we were out there, but the funny thing is, most of the bashing we took was actually on our way to the factory and not in the factory itself, just because I got really lucky with being able to KO all of the enemies that I encountered before they hit us with something crazy, although that PK Beam Alpha did a lot of damage. Alright, now that I have $130, I'm gonna talk to you. Yes, sleep tight and don't let the bedbugs bite. Very nice. Good morning, please come back and see us again. And they actually plunk us right back at the counter, which is really nice, instead of having to walk down the stairs like they do in EarthBound on the Super Nintendo. Alright, let us go in here and grab our $1 and make that call to home. $1. Thank you very much. You're welcome, sir. Alright, and let us grab the telephone. This is your dad. I've transferred $2,078 into your account. After the amount you've spent, the balance is $69.80. Spend your money wisely. Well, the next level requires $14.93 for Nintendo, $5.81 for Lloyd. Alright, I would like to save. Alright, but I was thinking of going to sleep now. Saved your progress so far. Good night, and we will rest. See you later. Remember, push in and hold reset while turning the power off, okay? Slam. Alrighty, so this past episode, after in-between episodes grinding up Lloyd, we returned to Marysville, bought him a nice new stun gun, then we head off to Duncan's factory, and we were able to clear the train tracks of that rubble. And now that we have done that, next time on EarthBound Beginnings, we are going to be crossing where that rubble was and exploring even more of the world of rural America, or whatever they like to call it. So without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.